Welcome everyone to the first field report. It's Haz here, and this is a new series I'd love to also start on the channel where I share my gameplay and thoughts of each rotation or as my time allows and potentially help you all in Salmon Run. We've already done a similar video and there was a lot of positive feedback on it, and so I decided to create a larger project similar to Salmon Report, but field reports would be more practical rather than theoretical when you just really need that footage to see what I mean. For now it's pretty bare bones as I'm still figuring out if I should do live commentary or do commentary over it later for more concise information, but please leave feedback and so we can build this up together. Today's shift is on December the 18th on Marooner's Bay with the Splash-o-matic, Splatana Viper, Splattershot Pro and the Splat Charger, and before we play I'd like to share a few thoughts on the weapons. The Splash-o-matic overall is pretty general shooter, there isn't much to say about it. It can handle any and all situations pretty well, even steelheads, though your range is somewhat short. Be careful not to mistake it for the Splash-o-matic as your damage is way worse, but other than that, you can adjust to what your team needs. The Splattershot Pro is a weapon I don't like very much, mostly because it's the prime example that range and damage is not everything, and ink efficiency and fire rate also matters in Salmon Run. Try to keep the distance and focus on long-range targets such as stingers and steelheads or fish sticks and you'll be pretty much fine. The Splatana Viper on the other hand is incredible. It's a weapon that can do it all. All your attacks deal extra damage in melee, and if you use charge attacks combined with normal attacks, you can decimate bosses and cohawks with ease. And on top of that, your charge attacks also have a pretty good range to handle steelheads or anything you'd like. Try to play aggressively but also safe, as this weapon is high risk, high reward. Last before we start the Splat Charger. Most players just use chargers to splat bosses, but remember that you also paint fairly well and can handle lesser hordes without a problem as your full charger spears through them. Remember this when the team is getting a lot of lesser salmonids and you can help out a lot. Now let's see all of this in action. So I will be playing one wave, hopefully with each weapon, and I will share my thoughts on how I think about the game, what I should be doing in my opinion, and hopefully that will also help you in your matches. Now let's see what we start with. I'm starting with the Splash-o-matic. So with this weapon I want to play very mobile. I want to be everywhere in the map. A lot of act collection. Since the weapon's versatility allows you to move a lot. And the other weapons are not necessarily that mobile, apart from the Splatana Viper. So a quick first boss. Let's help paint the flipper flopper. Collect an egg. And keep helping to clear lessers. A lot of people don't really clear lessers until it's too late. Because, you know, they're not really a problem. You see, like, everyone is so panicking about the bosses that they just ignore lessers. And then you see there's just a whole bunch of lessers on your back that splats you. And then it's going to be way harder to take care of them. So we're gonna take care of Moz. Fortunately, we have two. And continue helping against lessers. Again, I will keep shooting lessers because the others will definitely collect the eggs. Most people go for eggs usually instead of prioritizing what's important. You know, like, you can collect eggs in the final seconds. You don't have to do that immediately. Not saying it's a bad decision, but especially if you want to carry and freelance, then you need to think of these things. Ouch, that flyfish. Oh, potentially I could have used my killer veil here. In fact, if I'm gonna get revived, I will. That will also get the steelhead. It will allow the others to recuperate a little bit. That was a little bit messy. But you see, feel free to use your specials early in wave 1 if you need to. If you survive, that's what matters. It's better than losing 20 points. Now, Splat Charger. Hopefully, it's not high tide again. Alright, so it's not high tide. Immediately, what I recommend to do in Marooner's Bay is paint these walls. It's really important. Unfortunately, with the Splat Charger, it's not the best really to do so. Also look for what bosses there are, but fortunately, early bosses don't seem to be that hard. So we can paint these walls. Because you don't want to get stuck on the shore and not be able to go up the lift because someone else has already taken it. I can already see on the left that there was a big shot cannon. And we should prioritize that, even though this is the best spawn on Marooner's Bay, pretty much. It's just so far away from their cannons. Like, it's so far away from their cannons. Unfortunately, That steel had already noticed me. We're getting a lot of big shots. That's not very good, but I'm helping the team get rid of them. That's my specialty after all. I'm not going down even though he's there, because that steel eel is gonna be trouble. So my best thing I can do is help Splat the steel eel so he can shoot back the axe to the base, right? So now what I want to do is keep the basket clean. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the flipper flopper, but I can get the scrapper. Now let's get out of here. That was unlucky, unfortunately. But we're recovering mostly. I ran out of ink. But you see, we have enough eggs. We didn't get the massive big shot cannons that we were afraid of, and we somehow got through the wave. And what's the third weapon on this wave? Oh, Splatana Viper. So it's my favorite weapon, I think. For all the new ones. Oh, it's Night Wave. It can do pretty much anything. So it's again... Oh, Glowflies. Oh, perfect. Glowflies, you want to be on this side on the right. Because no matter which direction they're coming from, they're going to be coming from the right. But someone moved, as you can see. So now they're also coming from the left. So that's unfortunate. That's why here, number one tip, do not move from the right. You want to stay on the right side. If they can get me up, I'm going to place down my wave breaker. And we can still recover from this. But yeah, you want to stay on the right side. You see? You see how from the left they're coming towards me? That's why. And now he's on the left side. Again, he got caught alone. So this is the trick. I don't know why people are moving down. Like, they're eggs, sure, but we don't need them. We can still win this if we use specials. We should have specials at least. Those are very panic specials. I don't recommend using specials as a panic button. You want to use them before things are going bad. Because like this, there's a good chance it's going to be wasted. And from now, it's mostly survival. That was a very ugly Glowfly wave, so I say let's actually have a normal Splatana game if we can after this. Now the Splattershot Pro, I don't like this weapon that much. It feels pretty mediocre and it's very ink hungry. So once again, we're gonna be focusing on range. Maybe just filtering a little bit of lesser salmonids, you know, already. Help with the fist stick. Okay, so I have easy range for that. And filter more lessers. You know, before there's too many of them. I like to focus on lessers a lot because, again, on freelance, usually people don't do that. Now, we want to lure the steel eel closer, right? There's Moz here. I'm going to be helping the charger. Ouch. I missed. But the charger jumped down. You don't really want to do that. We got the Drizzler. I wanted to get the eggs, but wasn't necessarily that great. So we're taking the elevator. But we did the rescue. So you saw the charger went down to the shore. You really don't want to go down there, especially with the charger. We have Moz, and that's the final egg. So we don't have to rush or anything. And now we can use some specials to clear up the stage. The flyfish was pretty far overall. I could have used my killer whale earlier. But at this point, it's just better to clear the basket so people have time to, you know, just kite that flyfish. And I think we still have to play another game with the Splatana. Finally. I don't know why, but I kept getting the Splatana Viper only for night waves or special waves, and I couldn't record a single normal video. But here we are. We have our weapon. As always, I would start the wave with painting the walls for the lifts, so that if you don't get, if you get stuck on the shores, you can easily come back. It's going to happen a lot. So you really want to make sure that these are painted. Fortunately, there's someone else, it seems, who did paint it. Now we can help. You would normally say, oops, that is it really more important than taking care of the early bosses? Yes. That's actually pretty vital. Someone's already the stinger. We could hear the pots, right? We're gonna try to get the stinger up here. No, why are you shooting it? Oh, well, that's gonna work, I guess. So anyway, we use the elevator to bring up the scrapper. And we're going to take care of the stinger really quickly. I recommend using charge shots because that will take care of multiple of the pots, right? Then we're going back. Help out here. There's way too many lessers, and the steel eel is really dangerous here too. Nice. We already have our eggs, so we're fine. We can try to get this steelhead up here, but it's likely too late. You can see the Splatana is still very good against the steelhead as well. Remember that your weapon has excellent range, really. That is it for now as the first field report on the channel. I hope you all enjoyed it, and thank you so much for all your support. If everything works out, I'm planning this series to complement my salmon report so that you can also see all my advice and tips in action rather than just in text, and I think looking at real gameplay rather than just small clips will also help in practicing decision making. I'd like to ask all of you if you have thoughts how you prefer these reports to be, to stay like this with live commentary, or rather me analyzing it later with speaking over a video is something you'd like more. Good luck with the rotation, everyone. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.